there, let me take you back to the year 1968.
Well, I heard the news, that's good to rockin' tonight. Well, I heard the news, that's good to rockin' tonight.
Hi there, welcome to your Elvis Guide. Today we're going to put the spotlight on Elvis' 28th film, Live a Little, Love a Little, from 1968. And today, well, in the upcoming weeks, it will be 50 years that the film was made. So that's a nice celebration to put a little spotlight on this film. 1968, what kind of year was that? Elvis had just finished, in the previous year, some films like Clam Bake, Stay Away Joe, and he was clearly heading for the end of the road of his movie career. So he had his mind set on something new, and that was what he was going to record in June, the NBC TV-Special for upcoming Christmas. So that's the real headline of the year 1968 for Elvis. But the film Live a Little, Love a Little somehow was an escape from his regular formula film, because it's quite an attractive film, actually. It has some great music in it. Well, first, let's check out the trailer of Live a Little, Love a Little from 1968.
It's a blow-up. It's a blast.
Heaven is found right here on the earth. It surrounds us in a wonderful, 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 wonderful world.
Live a little, love a little.
Is a love affair between
A photographer,
his pussycat
her playboy, and a pooch.
Live a Little, Love a Little is all about
Passion,
punches,
pleasure.
pandemonium,
Live a little, love a little is also about
posteriors,
Hey, maybe we should practice some more.
precautions.
pranks,
Planks.
propositions.
Would you like to make love to me?
Put-offs. Put-ons.
Aren't you cold?
Only from 9 to 5.
Put downs,
We know how to take care of sex maniacs like you.
potions,
Terrific.
Good. Albert, your lunch is ready.
Poisons. Plunging necklines.
plunging necklines,
Playmates.
Prove that you can allow me to scrub your back without attacking me.
I never lose control. Watch it.
and persuasions.
It's a groovy night and I can show you how to use it. Come along with me and put your mind at ease. Hey, a few less conversation, a little more action.
So live a little,
Love a little,
give a little.
get a lot.
When I said it was an escape from his regular formula film, it wasn't exactly an escape, because it was the same boy with the girls routine as ever, and the boy singing songs to the girls. But the music in the film was great, and an example of the great music in Live a Little, Love a Little is the opening song of the film. The opening song, A Wonderful World, is a great catchy tune. It brings cheer and happiness, but the overall quality of the soundtrack was pretty good, and it wasn't a film that was completely filled with songs. So there was no room for a story, which is the case with some of the musicals. But this one wasn't. It was like Tickle Me. It had a light, humorous twist in it, and Elvis was very playful in playing his role. One of the aspects probably that made Live a Little, Love a Little quite an attractive film was the music arranged by Billy Strange. And Billy Strange also was responsible for the music on the NBC TV-Special in 1986, later that year. So the cooperation between Elvis and a composer like Billy Strange, that really worked out in this movie. And well, let's see It's a Wonderful World so let's check out It's a Wonderful World by the composer duo Doug Fletcher and Guy Flett.
This is a wonderful day. It's as bright as a day's ever been. There is a big yellow sun looking down on a wonderful scene. Up in the blue sky, birds fly and sing our cares away. And out of each throat, each note greets a wonderful day. There is the sound of a symphony carried along on the breeze. Even the flowers are swaying in time with the leaves on the trees. Heaven is found right here on the earth. It surrounds us in wonderful things all around. In this wonderful, 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 wonderful world. This is a wonderful day. It's as bright as a day's ever been. And there's a big yellow sun looking down on a wonderful scene. Heaven is found right here on the earth. It surrounds us in wonderful things all around. In this wonderful, 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 wonderful world. Wonderful world. Wonderful world. This wonderful world. This wonderful world.
Like I said, Elvis only recorded a few songs for this film, and a few songs, meaning four, he could all record it on one day, and by now the budget of the film, of the films Elvis made, had dropped, so most of the time they didn't use a proper recording studio, but they've recorded on the sound stage. In some of the mid-60s films, you can really hear the decrease of sound. It sounds muffled, and sometimes, like in Tender Feeling in Cousin Cousins, you can hear like sizzling sausages. So there was something wrong with the sound stage. But the soundtrack of Live a Little, Love a Little sounded perfect. And that's because Elvis went back to the studio. He also did that with the previous film, Stay Away Joe. That one was recorded in Nashville. But this one, the soundtrack of Live a Little, Love a Little, was recorded on March 7, 1968 in the Western Recorder Studio in Hollywood. And one of the, well, great songs that was in the film was a song called Edge of Reality. And the fun part is that the song, like it was back in the 60s, you had that psychedelic scene with all the the LSD trip like music. And the song is nothing at all like that, but apparently the director saw a link, and they staged the song as a dream sequence. So the video clip has a real psychedelic touch in it, and that's real funny, and that's a real different approach for an Elvis song in the film. And it's quite a nice approach, really. I really like it. Edge of Reality.
Hurry, 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 hurry.
I'm leaving in the morning.
Stay as long as you want. Come back, baby, come back.
I'm leaving.
Would you like to make love to me?
Run for the hills. Run for the
Bernice.
My name's Alice.
Alice.
Her name's Susie.
Susie.
This is Betty.
Betty. What is your name?
Her name's Bernice.
I'd get out of here if I was you.
Alice.
My name's Alice. My name's
I walk along a thin line, darling. Dark shadows follow me. Here's where life's dream lies disillusion. The edge of reality. Oh, I can hear strange voices echo, laughing with mockery. The borderline of doom I'm facing, the edge of reality. On the edge of reality, she sits there tormenting me, the girl with a nameless name. On the edge of reality, where she overpowers me with fears that I can't explain. She drove me to the point of madness, the brink of misery. If she's not real, then I'm condemned to the edge of reality. On the edge of reality, she sits there tormenting me, the girl with a nameless name. drove me to the point of madness, the brink of misery. If she's not real, then I am condemned to the edge of reality.
Okay, Edge of Reality, great song. RCA Victor, the record company, put the song on the flip side of If I Can Dream, the great single of the NBC TV special that would be released later that year. Well, this is the If I Can Dream single with, as you can see on the flip side, Edge of Reality. The film had two other great songs. The first one is Almost in Love, and I feel that would be the best love song Elvis recorded since 1966. Love Letters, or Indescribably Blue, which was also a great track. But they were from the same session. So Almost in Love was a great song. Okay, the real eye-catcher on the soundtrack, of course, is the song A Little Less Conversation. And the song became tremendously famous when Tom Holkenborg, the Dutch DJ known as Junkie XL, remixed the Elvis vocals and put a dance track on it. And well, they did it in assignment of Nike, the sportswear company, and that became a tremendous hit. And but they didn't use the vocal track from Live a Little, Love a Little, from that recording session that Elvis did on March 7. Elvis re-recorded A Little Less Conversation a few months later in June when he was recording for the NBC TV special. And in the first draft, A Little Less Conversation had a bit like the role that Let Yourself Go got in the final edition. So they were thinking of giving A Little Less Conversation a very prominent role, but they probably changed their mind. Steve Binder, the director, and also the Billy Strange, the composer responsible for the music. They changed their mind, and A Little Less Conversation was never used. And in fact, the track from June 1968 got lost until the Elvis writer Joseph Tunzi sold his tape from the song. Well, you got it somewhere. So some collectors do have those collectibles. He sold that to RCA, to the record company, but that was only in, well, somewhere in the 90s that the song reappeared, and that outtake from June was the voice track that Tom Holkenborg, the Dutch DJ, used for his JXL dance remix that got to #1 all over the world. Well, it might be nice because you probably know the original track. You know, you may have in your collection the 1968 track, and you've also heard the JXL track. So it's nice to hear the differences between these tracks and the different atmosphere, the different vibe. So I've made a compilation for you from the movie version to the 1986 NBC TV version, and then over to the JXL version that from 2001. So a little less conversation.
A little less conversation, a little more action. All this aggravation ain't satisfaction in me. A little more bite, a little less spark. A little less fight, a little more spark. Close your mouth and open up your heart and maybe satisfy me. Satisfy me, baby. Baby, close your eyes and listen to the music. Dig to the summer breeze. It's a groovy night and I can show you how to use it. To come along with me and put your mind at ease. A little less conversation, a little more action. All this aggravation ain't satisfaction in me. A little more bite, a little less spark. A little less fight, a little more spark. Close your mouth and open up your heart and baby, satisfy me. Satisfy me, baby. Come on, baby, I'm tired of talking. Grab your coat and let's start walking. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Don't procrastinate, don't articulate. Girl, it's getting late. You just sit and wait around. A little less conversation, a little more action. All this aggravation ain't satisfaction in me. A little more bite, a little less bark. A little less fight, a little more spark. Shut your mouth and open up your heart. Now, baby, satisfy me. Satisfy me, baby. Satisfy me, girl. Satisfy me, baby. Satisfy me. Satisfy me, baby. Satisfy me, girl. Satisfy me. Satisfy me, baby. Satisfy me, baby. Satisfy me, baby.
It's quite funny actually that a little less conversation, which absolutely is a stunning stunning track, was such a big hit in 2001 and 2002. Because when it came out in 1968 on this RCA single, well, it hardly did anything. The result basically was very disappointing. A little less conversation only ranked at, I think it was spot 69 in Billboard's Hot 100. So, well, that wasn't the Elvis worthy ranking. And Almost in Love did even worse. It ranked only at 95. So only the hit single of the year was If I Can Dream, which ranked at 12. But it showed that Elvis wasn't the hit maker he'd been before. Such great tracks as A Little Less Conversation just, well, were not picked up by the audience and by the radio stations, and well, Elvis was a little bit of had become a past hero. And boy, that would change with the NBC TV special in 1986. There are also, well, that's worth mentioning, there are various versions of Little Less Conversation. There's the single version, which is a little bit shorter and has a slightly different composition. And then there's the album version. You could know, because a little less conversation would only be released in, I think it was October of 1970 on this budget album. That's a Camden album, Almost in Love. And well, back then I thought that those budget albums really ruined Elvis' catalog, since, well, they basically made available Elvis music for, well, budget price. But if you look at it today, an album like Almost in Love, well, you can grab it anywhere at any flea market for a couple of bucks. But they're really nice compilations, and so I really appreciate them now. But if you look at the Elvis catalog, it was just making money on volume rather than quality. Okay, A Little Less Conversation was also on this 1970 budget album, Almost in Love. To show you what the English did, it's also a very nice presentation. Almost in Love, also with A Little Less Conversation, quite a great cover. Elvis started shooting Live a Little, Love a Little on March 11, and somewhere mid-May the production ended. It's a very, very enjoyable film. Well, you could tell that Elvis' days as an actor were, well, gone. The film wasn't a great box office hit, and it disappeared, and the only films left were films that he had signed a contract for. And that's probably the best, because, well, with the upcoming NBC TV special, it was showtime again for Elvis. Elvis was back, and in the next year, Elvis recorded some fabulous music tracks in the Ghetto, Don't Cry Daddy, Suspicious Minds, at the American Sound Studios. So Elvis was all back. And if we can say anything from Live a Little, Love a Little, then it was that Elvis showed he could still make great music, and he had regained the spirit to record great music. So, well, I think that's the great thing. And well, we've got a great year to look forward to. HBO has announced The Searcher, the documentary. I'm really looking forward to that. And later this year, probably in August, there will also be the 50th anniversary of the NBC TV special. And although we probably know all the material, it is one of the highlights of rock and roll history. And, well, I can't wait to see what they are going to do with that. Either Elvis Presley Enterprise, who owns the footage rights, and Sony Music, who owns the music. I really hope for a smashing set, which I will rebuy, probably, although I do have the music several times. But, well, that's the destiny of being an Elvis fan. I hope you like this show again and it entertains you. And back next week with another Your Elvis Guide. Well, stay healthy. I say goodbye, and if you like this video, then like it and share it with others and subscribe. See you next week. Bye.
Elvis has left the building. I've told you absolutely straight up to this point, you know that he has left the building. He left the stage and went out the back with the policeman, and he is now gone from the building.